rock fan, you do know about Philadelphia's JFK Stadium. Last night, it was the place to be, the first American concert in a world tour to benefit the kind of knowledge about Amnesty International, and Mark was there to tell us about it.
Well, I tell you, and I have the bags under my eyes to show you. A lot of the people at last night's show went just because of the music and all the big names, and it was a great show. But there was a lot more to it than that, something bigger than rock and roll.
On the back streets of America, they killed the dream of America.
The strong folk sound of Tracy Chapman was just one of the performances kicking off the American leg of the Human Rights Now concert. It's a benefit not to raise money, but to raise awareness about the efforts of Amnesty International to improve human rights throughout the world.
For the estimated 80,000 plus people out here tonight, they got what they paid for, a terrific show. And for the artists on stage, they hope the audience took home a little bit more than the message of just the music.
Earlier in the day, they held a press conference to talk about their concern for human rights and why it was important for them to participate.
My hope for this tour is that it will make Amnesty more powerful in countries where human rights aren't a given.
Bruce Springsteen was born in the USA, but he was also raised here on a diet of music that taught him to care. I asked Bruce about his musical roots at the press conference. When you first got into music, Bruce, you mentioned this a little bit, it was more about good times and good feelings. Did you ever think you'd be sitting on a panel like this and playing music for the reason that you're playing it for? And are you proud of the fact that it came out of us? This is our generation.
I never thought I'd be sitting on a panel like this. You know, I guess for me it was the music that I heard when I was growing up, and still today, you can still hear it. There was an implied promise in some of those records. And I guess for me, making my own journey from, you know, childhood into adulthood, I've tried to find ways to fulfill and to fulfill that promise a little bit to the best of my ability. So, plus I get to sit next to Sting. So.
There's a little black spot on the sun today. It's the same old thing as yesterday.
Although it may have been a thrill for the boss to sit near Sting, it was a thrill for the fans to see Sting perform, and a thrill for Sting to be there.
I'm having a great time. It's a lot of fun. I think everything we set out to do, we're doing.
The tour has already played in places as far away as Budapest and Costa Rica, but there is still a hope of bringing the concert to the Soviet Union.
I'm not sure that's going to happen. We certainly hope it will happen. We want to play for the Soviet people, just as we did for the Hungarian people and all the other people of the earth.
The Human Rights Now tour has 2 more scheduled dates in the United States before taking this message of hope back overseas.
Get up, stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up, don't give up the fight.
This tour has been described as a benefit, but it really isn't.
It's more to raise awareness of Amnesty International as opposed to raise money for Amnesty International and get more people on the roll, so to speak, so that they can...
Sting and Springsteen take home a little bit.
I don't think they do. I think they're just being taken care of on the road, but they're not making any money on this.
Mark, thanks.
You're welcome.
4 before the hour, and we'll be back.